We are now joined by Wichita State interim head coach Isaac Brown. And Isaac, we appreciate you joining us. First of all, I reached out to like so many different coaches that you've worked with. You know, Donnie Jones, Kyle Lindstedt, Mike White, Billy Kennedy. I couldn't get any dirt on you, like nothing. It's usually easy to get something from anybody in this business. I got nothing about you. The best thing I got was that you are not working out of your office right now. Greg Marshall's office is completely empty. You're not in your own office. I think Billy Kennedy's got your office, and you're working out of like a conference room. That's the best thing I got. How about that?
You know what? About a month ago, we moved into our new offices, and it was really cold in our office. Like in Kansas, even during the wintertime, they keep the air conditioner on. So I decided to move to the conference office about a month before I got the job, just because it was so cold. And when Billy got the job, he took my office and he was freezing in that office. So I enjoy the conference room. You know, we got a big blackboard that we can write stuff up. We got a big video cam so we can show film. So I just feel a lot comfortable being in the conference room.
So you're an interim coach in what has been an entirely unique season for everybody, and you're coming off this big win over Houston. So I'm just kind of curious, like, what was that like for you and for the team to know that with everything that you guys have going on right now, you're in first place and you're in control of your own destiny when it comes to some of the things that you want to be able to accomplish?
It was just so exciting to be able to get a big win like that. I think I was more excited for the kids just to have the opportunity to win a big game like that. They came here because of our rich basketball tradition. And I was just so happy for the kids and for the fans. We have great fan support here. And I know those people enjoyed that big win. And I thought that was huge for our city.
You've got a lot of support for this job without the interim tag. You know, a lot of people, Rob and myself included, want to see you get the permanent job here. How much do you think about that now? How much do you hear it and are aware of the support that you have? And how important is it for you? Because this isn't just getting any D1 head coaching job. This would be getting a really good one.
You know, I'm excited about the opportunity, but I tried to stay away from listening to all the voices talking about the head job because I felt like that would just take away from the team. It was all about the kids, just trying to make sure they were prepared. I just felt like I just wanted to do something great for them, to make sure they were organized, to make sure they were ready to play games. And I didn't want to focus on myself, whether I got the job or not. It was just really all about the kids, making sure they were ready to play this year, making sure they were doing what they needed to do in the classroom, making sure they were safe off the court with all the COVID stuff. So it was really more about the kids than me.
So we finish out with a 3-point play every week, and 3 quick questions. And I'll start with the one I believe you played against Chris Jackson, the old Chris Jackson, now Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, back in high school. I want to know how many points he scored on you.
You know what? I've been playing Chris Jackson since the 7th grade, and I'll never forget. My high school teammate was a guy named Dale Brown that played at Kentucky for Rick Pitino with Mashburn. So that was our junior high team. And everybody in the city kept talking about this kid in Gulfport, Mississippi, that was averaging 22 points, but he was only playing 2 quarters. He gave us like 30 points, and he only played 2 quarters. He was a big-time player. I feel he's the best to ever come through Mississippi. He was just one of those guys that you hear stories about, but you don't believe it. I remember going to a game when we didn't have a game one night, and I watched Chris Jackson take about 50 shots in warmups, and he missed one. It's just stuff you don't believe. It was unreal.
So here's question number 2. I've heard from everybody that goes to Wichita that it is a very underrated food city. I'm a big food guy. I actually got the ribs on the smoker right now. So I'm curious, when all of this is over and we can finally travel again, where are you taking Jeff and I? What restaurant, what barbecue spot, what burger spot, where are we going to eat in Wichita?
Man, I'm going to get in trouble for this because I eat at a lot of restaurants. But if I had to take you to one restaurant that's a little bit different and unique, I probably would say Doodah Diner. Doodah Diner is one of those places where you can come get a homemade hamburger with maybe peanut butter and jelly in it, just something different. but they do a really good job of, cooking every different thing from breakfast, lunch, dinner. But I would have to say Doodah Diner.
So you've worked for some different coaches, head coaches, John Pelfrey, Mike White, John Brady, Greg Marshall. Give me your favorite John Brady story, because he is such a character that I don't think people realize. When they went to the Final Four at LSU, he was so awesome as a media person. I was young then. He was so great because he could just tell story upon story. What's your favorite John Brady story?
I would probably say John Brady was just one of those guys that I worked for. I've been knowing him all my life, probably since, high school. He recruited a lot of my teammates. I wasn't fortunate enough to get recruited by him. He was assistant coach at Mississippi State at the time. The biggest thing I remember about Brady is just he would say some stuff during the game, but after the game, he would never remember it. I would try to make a substitution, and he would start yelling and say, "No, Brown, we're not doing that. Why are we doing this?" But at the end of the game, he would always act like he didn't remember it. So he was just one of those guys that you couldn't take anything to heart with him, because he would say anything. So you got to have tough skin, but he was a great guy to work for.
Well, listen, we really appreciate you stopping by, Isaac. You've done one hell of a job this season. And again, more importantly, talking to everybody around that program, the players, the coaches, the way you treat people, in addition to the job you've done with this team and putting these players first in a season where you could have tried to make it a little bit more about you, because, again, this is a big moment, a big spot for you in your career. Speaks volumes to your character. So we appreciate you coming by, and good luck the rest of the way.
Jeff, thank you for Rob having me on. I really enjoy your show. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Thanks for having me.